Namaste dear all, welcome once again to my YouTube channel Suhas Entertainments and Cultural Activities. So today we are going to learn about Kaaya Vyooha Siddhi. What is that? Kaaya Vyooha Siddhi. This is a divine power which was exhibited by Lord Sri Krishna and also Lord Sri Rama, and this is the power which only Almighty Lord possesses. Other than very few rishis and munis were very few and far between, were blessed with the great yogic powers by the Almighty Lord Himself. So what is this Kaaya Vyooha Siddhi? Kaya means this Sharira, this body. Vyooha means group of these bodies. Okay. Siddhi means it is an accomplishment, a divine yogic power through which one can manifest into multiple forms of his own, like Lord Sri Krishna did during the RAASALEELA, the dance with the Gopis. Lord Sri Krishna manifested himself into his multiple forms, many tens and hundreds of forms, and tens and hundreds of Krishna was created by himself, by his divine yogic power, that is called as Kaaya Vyooha Siddhi, and he started to dance with each of the Gopis there. And also in Lord Sri Krishna, it is said he married 16,108 brides, isn't it? These 16,000 plus brides. It is said that he lived simultaneously with all the 16,000 plus brides in different palaces simultaneously. So that is nothing but Kaaya Vyooha Siddhi. Simultaneously, at the same time, he could manifest himself into tens and hundreds of thousands of Krishnas. That is the divine power only the Lord Almighty possesses. Okay. And in the Ramayana also we have heard about the story Alli Nodalu Rama, Illi Nodalu Rama. If you understand this song composed by Sri Purandasru, you will come to know that this is also like a Kaaya Vyooha Siddhi exhibited by Lord Sri Rama. And also in the Ramayana, there was a great sage, a rishi called Saubari Maharshigalu. He possessed this divine Yoga Siddhi, that is Kaaya Vyooha Siddhi. We'll come to those stories later, my dear friends. So today I am going to recite a wonderful poem, fantastic, superb composition from Bhagavatam, which depicts the RAASALEELA of Lord Sri Krishna, in which he exhibits this Kaaya Vyooha Siddhi. So before entering to this recitation, my dear friends, we will enter into a short prayers now. So here I go. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha, Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha, Om Sam Saraswatye Namaha, Om Shri Uma Maheshwarabhyam Namaha, Om Shri Lakshmi Narayanabhyam Namaha, Om Shri Sita Ramabhyam Namaha, Om Matrubhyo Namaha, Pitrubhyo Namaha, Rishibhyo Namaha, Munibhyo Namaha, Acharyebhyacha Namo Namaha, Sarvebhyacha Devi Devatabhyacha Namo Namaha. Hari Om Swasti Jai Shri Ram. So here we are done with prayers now. Now I have explained about this Kaaya Vyooha Siddhi, that is the manifestation of multiple forms of one's own body simultaneously and performing various actions at different places or at the same place. This divine power only Lord Almighty possesses, and very few of his beloved rishis and munis, the great devotees of God, they only can possess. Okay. So I am going to recite a wonderful poem from SHREEMADH BHAAGAVATHAM now, which depicts the RAASALEELA of Lord Sri Krishna with Gopis. Here you go, my dear friends. Angana Mangana Antare Madhavah Madhavam Madhavo Antare Angana Ithama Kalpite Mandale Madhyagah Sanjagau Venuna Gopika Vallabha. Fantastic, isn't it, my dear friends? This poem is composed in SRAGVINEE CHANDAS, poetic meter in Sanskrit. Fantastic composition by Bhagavan Sri Vedavyasa. Now we will enter into meanings. Angana Mangana. It means Krishna, when he manifested himself into multiple forms using this Kaaya Vyooha Siddhi, he was also, one Krishna was performing choreography. He asked all the Gopis to stand along a circle. So when they stood along a circle, there is a picture which was depicted in this shloka. Fantastic description. Angana Mangana. In between the two pair of gopis, in between each pair of gopis, Angana, Mangana. Angana means lady. Here it refers to gopis. Angana, Mangana, Antare, Madhava. In between each pair of gopis who stood along the circumference, there was a Madhava, there was a Krishna, isn't it? Fantastic decision. Listen to me carefully. Angana, Mangana, Antare, Madhava. In between each pair of gopis who stood along the circumference of the circle, there was a Lord Shri Krishna or Madhava. That is the first padam. Angana, Mangana, Antare, Madhava. Fantastic, isn't it? Second padam, what it describes is Madhavam, Madhavo, Antare, Angana. Now when they are standing along the circumference, in between each pair of gopis there was a Krishna, and also in between each pair of Krishna there was a gopi. Madhavam, Madhavo, Antare, Angana. Isn't it? This was the super choreography of Lord Shri Krishna. He manifested himself into multiple forms, and along the circumference of the mandala or a circle, he asked gopis to stand, and in between each gopi there was a Krishna, and also automatically it will happen that in between each pair of Krishna there was a gopi. Fantastic, isn't it? Added more to this, the third padam, what it says, Ittama kalpite mandale madhyagaha. Ittam in Sanskrit means like this. Akalpite means the designed, choreographed by Lord Shri Krishna. Ittama kalpite mandale madhyagaha. In between this, in the center of this circle, mandale madhyagaha. In the center of the circle, there was one more Krishna. That Krishna manifested himself with one more Lord Krishna in the center of the circle. Sanjagau Venuna, fourth padam. Sanjagau means he entered into the center of the circle. Went into the center of the circle. How he went? Venuna, he was handling a flute in his hand. Recital of flute by Sri Krishna is very famous, isn't it? Sanjagau Venuna Gopika Vallabha. The Lord of the Gopis entered with the flute in his hand in the center of the circle. So along the circumference of the circle also there were a lot of gopis, and in between each pair of gopis there was a Krishna, there was a Madhava, and in between each pair of Madhavas there was a gopi. So he started to dance the RAASALEELA of Lord Shri Krishna. For each pair of gopis there was a Krishna, for each pair of Krishna there was a gopi, and also in the center there was a Lord Krishna who was reciting the flute. Fantastic description, isn't it, my dear friends? This is from Srimad Bhagavatam. The poetic meter used is SRAGVINEE. Fantastic poetry. So brilliant it is, highly enjoyable, isn't it? And also we will have a lot of devotion. When reciting this, in devotion automatically we will be engrossed in devotion and we will enjoy that devotion. And also the melody of the poetry. Brilliant, isn't it, my dear friends? So I will recite this fantastic poem from Srimad Bhagavatam again. This is all about the Kaaya Vyooha Siddhi of Lord Shri Krishna. It depicts the Kaaya Vyooha Siddhi, that is the manifestation of the multiple forms in a superb poetic form, and also there is a mathematics in it, choreography in it, whatnot. So we will recite this fantastic poem and wrap up this video, my dear friends. Here I go. Angana Mangana Antare Madhavaha Madhavam Madhavo Antare Angana Ittama Kalpite Mandale Madhyagaha Sanjagau Venuna Gopika Vallabha. Fantastic, isn't it, my dear friends? So in the next upcoming video, I will come with more such fantastic super poetry from the ocean of Sanskrit literature. Until then, bye for now. This is Suhas signing off for Suhas Brahmins Matrimony, Jayanagar, Bangalore 11. As usual, all those Brahmins worldwide who wish to avail my matrimony services for a nominal cost, please catch me direct on 8762331815. My number is coming on the YouTube screen. Thank you. Hari Om Sutti Jai Shri Ram. Namaste.